Hey everyone and welcome. Today, we're jumping into the story of a homegrown Indian AI startup founded just last year that is making some absolutely massive waves. They're going head-to-head with the biggest names in tech, and believe me, the results are turning heads. Let's dive in.
So this is the headline that set the tech world on fire. You've got a small startup out of Bengaluru, Sarvam AI, that is apparently outperforming the titans, Google, OpenAI, on its own home turf. I mean, it's the classic David versus Goliath story, but for the AI generation. And this isn't just about one company's win. It really hints at a huge shift in how AI could be built for local needs all over the world.
And that really brings us to the core question here. How is this even possible? Is it just a flash in the pan? Or is Sarvam AI doing something fundamentally different? Well, the answer, as it turns out, is this incredible mix of unique expertise, a much smarter design, and a really powerful national vision.
All right, first up, let's meet the challenger in our story. Who exactly is Sarvam AI, and what is their secret sauce?
So, Sarvam AI kicked off in 2023, founded by Dr. Vivek Raghavan and Dr. Pratyush Kumar. And their mission was crystal clear from day one. They're not trying to build one giant AI to rule the world. Nope, they want to build the foundational AI systems that actually get and serve India's incredible diversity. Their focus is laser-sharp on India's languages, its voices, and yeah, the super complex documents that make the country run.
And this is where it gets really interesting, because the founders' backgrounds are Sarvam's superpower. On one hand, you have Dr. Raghavan, who was a key architect behind Aadhaar, India's massive digital identity system. He knows how to build tech for 1 billion people. On the other hand, you have Dr. Kumar, a top-tier researcher who has been pioneering AI that understands complex Indian languages. So you're blending that national-scale public tech know-how with deep AI research. It's a killer combination.
Okay, so when you have that kind of background, you don't just copy what everyone else is doing. That expertise leads to a totally different approach. Sarvam isn't trying to outspend the giants with bigger and bigger models. They're trying to outthink them with a smarter, way more efficient design. To really get their first big advantage, you have to understand tokens. Think of tokens as the currency that AI uses. To process any word, it has to spend some tokens. Now look at this chart. Global models are incredibly wasteful with Indian languages. They spend up to 9 tokens for just one word in Malayalam. But Sarvam's models? They were built from the ground up for these languages. They process them almost as efficiently as English. This makes them way faster and way cheaper to run, which is absolutely critical in a market like India. It's a huge advantage.
And their second advantage is the engine they're using. See, most global AIs run on something called a transformer. It's powerful for sure, but it gets really slow and expensive with long documents. Its processing cost literally explodes. Sarvam, though, uses a newer, more modern architecture called a state-space model. The key difference? Its cost just goes up steadily and predictably. For a country that runs on these long, complex government and legal documents, that is an absolute game changer.
All right, so you've got the brilliant founders, you've got the smart tech, but there's a third piece to this story, and it's a big one. Sarvam is right at the heart of India's entire national strategy for artificial intelligence. And that strategy is called sovereign AI. It's a pretty simple idea, really. It means a nation shouldn't just be a customer, buying AI from other countries. It should have the power to create and control its own AI destiny, using its own data on its own servers for its own people. It's all about digital self-reliance.
And for India, this isn't just some abstract theory. It's crucial. It means keeping sensitive citizen data like Aadhaar info safe within its borders. It means building models that actually understand Indian culture so you don't get these weird Western hallucinations. And it means innovating frugally, building powerful tools that can bring hundreds of millions of people into the digital world using their own language and voice.
So that's the big idea. But what does this all actually look like when it's put into practice? Let's check out how Sarvam's mission is already turning into real products that are making a difference right now. Sarvam has basically built a whole toolbox designed specifically for India's needs. You've got Sarvam Vision, which can read and understand those complex documents we talked about. There's Bulbul, which can generate incredibly natural-sounding speech in different Indian languages. And Sarvam Audio, which gets it when people mix languages like Hindi and English in one sentence. It's all powered by their super-efficient foundational model, Sarvam 1.
And hey, you don't have to take my word for it. Just look at the data. On a really important test for understanding documents, Sarvam Vision scores an amazing 84.3%. That's significantly better than global giants like Google's Gemini Pro. This isn't about just chatting. This is about accurately pulling information from the kind of real-world documents that power a country. And on that test, the specialized model wins, hands down.
And this isn't just tech sitting in a lab somewhere. It's already out in the wild, making a real difference. Sarvam is working with the Aadhaar Authority to make services smarter and more secure. In Tamil Nadu, their AI is giving advice to nearly 8 million farming families 24/7. In Odisha, it's being used to build an entire statewide AI hub. This is AI creating real, tangible public value.
And behind all of this, there's a massive national commitment. The Indian government is pouring over 10,000 crore rupees into its India AI mission. And get this, Sarvam has been picked to lead the charge in developing the nation's very first sovereign large language model. That is a huge statement of intent.
So, when you zoom out, what does all this mean for the future? Sarvam's story isn't just about one company or even one country. It really points to a potentially different future for AI development across the entire globe.
Here's the key takeaway. For a long time, the thinking was that a few giant general-purpose models built in Silicon Valley would just run the world. But Sarvam's success completely flips that script. It proves that smaller, highly specialized, and culturally aware models can actually be better for specific, high-value tasks. It shows that efficiency and focus can absolutely beat brute force.
And that leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. Are we heading toward a future dominated by just one or two global AI superpowers? Or are we entering an era of thousands of sovereign AIs, each one perfectly tailored to the language, the culture, and the real needs of its people? The story of Sarvam AI suggests the future might just be a lot more diverse and a lot more interesting than any of us expected.